Hi guys, this is Zombo for the basketball spin tutorial. This trick was invented by me back in 2004. Took about 1 year to develop and to master. Okay, so the trick is inspired by the real basketball spin. When you see people take their basketball and they spin it on a finger, they spin it on a finger. So it's the same thing with the pen. You're gonna spin the pen on top of a finger, on the tip of the finger, right? So why I did this tutorial is because the trick is actually pretty easy to do, but I've seen a lot of people have trouble with it. I think it's because the lack documentation. All right. So hopefully you'll be better off with after you watch this tutorial. The variation for this trick, you have the 1 2 2 3, 1 2 2 3, 1 2 3 4. These are the two most common variation. You also have the 2 3 3 4, rarely seen in use, and of course you can transfer the pen using spin transfer. You can transfer the spin between the pen. All right. The setup for the trick, because it's a palm up trick, you have to really keep your hand stable, otherwise the pen's gonna fall off. Okay, so keep it stable and it's spin. Okay, the pen is on the. There's nothing that holds the pen, so you really need to keep it stable. And the pen I use for this tutorial is the Ango Blendo DX. I use it because it's short and it's heavy, similar to RSVPMX, but it's heavier. And I don't have the insert, so the cup is pretty much in the middle. Okay, it's more balanced than RSVPMX. Okay, so we're gonna start with the initial position. The initial position, use only the 1 2 fingers. It looks something like this. All right, a hook. You're gonna hook your fingers. All right. The index. You're gonna notice the index is on the outside. The middle finger is on the inside. And also because the middle finger is longer, you have the space here. All right, the space here, and this is the space you're gonna use to rest the pen on. Okay, so the pen is not held at all. Okay, if I do this, the pen is gonna fall. Okay, the pen is just on top of your fingers here. You can also notice that the index finger is on the cup itself. If it's slightly off, it's gonna throw. The trick is not gonna work. And the middle finger is below the pen and in front of the cup. You can also use your thumb to rest the pen on your to support the pen, and you can also use it to reposition the pen correctly. Okay, we're gonna talk about the push now. The push of the basketball spin is very much like the extending motion of the charge. This is the charge. This is what you do when you charge. Right? You bend and you extend your fingers. So the extending motion of the charge is the same thing as the push of the basketball spin. Alright. The difference is that you're doing at the tip of the finger. In fact, you're not even holding the pen. The pen is resting on your fingers, but you're doing the same charge-like motion. Alright. But because you're not holding the finger, it's gonna want to fly off. Alright. It's gonna fly off. So um, I can still do the charge at the tip of the finger, but it's not as stable. It's not gonna stay in your fingers like this. So this is what happens with the basketball spin, right? The fingers, when you do this charge motion, the pen just falls off the index and middle finger. Okay, so after you made your push and the pen flies off its original position, uh, hopefully you want it to spin on the middle finger. You want it to spin on top of the middle finger. So what's gonna happen is that after you make your push, the pen is not gonna stay on the middle finger. You want to keep your hand palm up stable so that If you tilt a bit, it's gonna fall off. Alright, so really keep it stable and just gonna spin on top of the middle finger, right on the tip. Alright, make sure it's right on the tip, alright, not on the lower part of the finger. It's right on the tip. Okay, so yeah, that's the spin. So learn to control it. Alright, you can apply tilt a bit if you want to control a bit the direction. So if you tilt a bit more, it's more likely to fall off in the 3/4 slot than the 2/3 slot, and you can also use it to control the transfer a bit. But start off easy. Alright, start off with just the hand really flat. It's gonna be really controllable. You want also the middle finger to be a bit raised so that it doesn't the other fingers doesn't interfere with the spin. Alright, doesn't interfere with the spin. Okay, so now that you made your middle finger spin, the pen spin on the middle finger, you want to catch it. The easiest one is obviously to catch it with the palm, but the traditional one, the standard one, is to catch it in 2/3 or 3/4. Alright, so this is the catch. The catch is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is after you feel that you have good control of the spin on the middle finger, you open up the slot you wanted and you slightly tilt it down, and the pen should come down, and you can just catch it. All right, and if you want it on 3/4, you open 3/4 and you let it down. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some examples of basketball tricks. 3/4, 3/4, 2/3, palm, 3/4, palm, 3/4, 3/4, palm, 3/4, 2/3, palm, palm. Sorry about that. 2/3. Good. Now I'm going to talk about advanced variations. The first one is reverse. Well, reverse. There's no reverse tricks yet, right? I've seen a few people work on it. For example, flip. I haven't looked at it properly yet, but yeah, it's still something to work on. I would think it would involve the reverse charge, and the other one reverse involves the normal charge for the push, and it's probably going to start from a lower finger upward. Okay, so this is for reverse. And the other one is the transfer, spin transfer. So because it's a spin trick, you can transfer between the fingers. So what you do is during the spin part, when it's spinning on the middle finger, you can move the finger you want to transfer it, for example the ring finger, and close to the middle finger, and then you're gonna raise the ring finger upward so that the pen, instead of spinning on the middle finger, is gonna catch the ring finger. It's gonna catch the ring finger, catch it, and it's gonna spin on this instead. Alright, so here's some examples of this. This is a middle to ring into the 2/3 slot. 3/4 slot, sorry. Finally, I'd like to say that it's hard to chain this trick in combo because you really need your index on the proper position. So I always use my thumb to reposition the pen. So I guess it's like a thumb less shadow before we didn't know how to do it. So if someone can figure it out, it would be really nice to link this together. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. See you next time.